Welcome English Channel.
Eleanor stepped off the train, alone. The unfamiliar city stretched before her. The wind carried both exhaust and wildflowers. She dragged her heavy suitcase, heart both light and heavy. Each step felt like leaving the past behind. The tiny rented room became her new home. The stained white wall was like a page waiting to be written. That first night, Elena cried silently. Memories of Adrian surged like hidden waves. She dreamed of his eyes, then woke up in darkness. Day after day, Eleanor began to paint. Each brushstroke was a new breath. She turned pain into colors. Her paintings slowly filled the cramped room. Eleanor realized she could still live without him. Every morning, Eleanor went to the little cafe down the street. A hot cappuccino became her daily ritual. The cafe owner remembered her name, greeting with a warm smile. The city slowly felt less strange, but her heart still held an emptiness. Elena joined an art class. New friends brought laughter, but couldn't erase the longing. Some days she unconsciously painted familiar eyes. Seeing the painting, she tore it apart in shock. No matter what, Adrian lingered in every dream. One night she sat in the rain, letting water wash away her tears. But still, the sun rose the next morning. Elena learned to smile, while her heart still ached. She began accepting invitations to small exhibitions. Viewers were surprised by the colors in her paintings. No one knew that each color was a fragment of lost love. She sold her first small painting. The modest money felt surprisingly warm. Eleanor bought a sturdy second-hand easel. Her name was taped to the doorbell. Her breathing grew longer and fuller. She learned the city's rhythm. At night, she turned off her phone and read. She mailed postcards to herself. Sometimes, she stopped to hear street music. The sound stirred memories, yet she walked on. A group show invitation arrived in her mailbox. She hesitated, then clicked accept. She chose works about wind and emptiness. The series was titled Lines That Let the Wind Pass. At the modest opening, she stood quietly in a corner. A crowd gathered. Her name was spoken aloud. A critic praised the ripeness of her colors. She smiled. Her hands no longer shook. "Where does freedom come from?" someone asked. "From knowing who I am," she answered. That night, the city blinked like a sea of stars. She wrote, "Love is not possession. For the first time in ages, she slept dreamlessly. Weeks passed. Sales covered the rent. She bought a small plant and set it in the sun. It grew. She named it Dawn. An email invited her to a solo show. She reread it 3 times to believe it. This time, she wanted to tell a healing story. The centerpiece, the garden with a half-open door. On opening night, the room glowed like dawn. She breathed in, hearing wind run through the doorframe. The background music was a very familiar piano piece. The background music was a very familiar piano piece. At the threshold, a figure stood still. Their eyes met across the lights. Time folded like a page in a book. Adrian was thinner, quieter, standing very still. Between them hung the painting of wind lines. Elena nodded softly. The door was open. Dreaming of a bright future? Like, subscribe and share your plans in the comments. Let's grow and laugh together. See you next day.